What's happening? What's happening? All right, I see we got some people jumping in here. This is pretty cool. Now, I know it's late. All right, I know it's late, peeps. Don't get mad at me now. Don't get mad. But I am. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to. Let's see. I should be live on tape. There we go. Perfect. Now, I know it's late. I've been trying to get out here to stream this set a little bit, but I've been working and had appointments to do, so I appreciate anybody hopping in who does. And we only gonna be on here for a second. All right, we're only gonna be on here for a wee bit of time. Oh, that's all we've got for tonight. Oh, it's not but a wee bit of time. Oh, it's not but a wee bit of time. Here we go. Boom. Perfect. Ooh, my back. Itchy. Ooh. Alrighty, so I'm going to pop on my gram on here. So I have one viewer. Straight to me. Perfect. This way I should be able to watch what I was doing a little bit easier. Maybe see my chats a little bit more on the easy side. Especially because I know it's going to give me tood. I want to. Okay, this is like right in the middle. This made my arms look big. Made my arms look big. On Instagram, you can't really tell too well, but hey, you know, you win some, you lose some. Let's move the chair so I got more room to back up. Get more room to play in. Yeah. All right, now it's getting late. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not. Okay, I am streaming, but I'm not recording. Bam. Okay. Now, what's happening, everybody? If you're here, I'm glad to have you. If you're not, don't be afraid to hop up in here. Oh, hey, Sam Payne. Sweet. Glad you're in here. I'm glad we got so many people that are in here. I'm excited because, why am I excited? I'm getting ready for the funniest comedian in the Valley competition. All right, and that bad boy is happening next Wednesday. That's happening on the 6th, people. August 6th. All right, first week of August. Unrelated, I also got booked to headline 2 shows in the Northwest later that same week. I'm headlining a show in Washington on the 8th, then one in Portland on the 9th. So I'm very excited. It's going to be a very good week. It's going to be very busy. I'm hoping, I'm going to have to pull some stringety strings, but maybe start getting some t-shirts made. I got an idea on how I might pull it off, but it's going to be much easier said than done. Now, some of you guys might have been here when I did my prep for the semifinal round for this competition. Long story short, it was a 7-minute set, just like the finals. Now, we worked last time. We worked on what I wanted my 7-minute set to look like, and if you guys are interested, I'll show you guys like how my jokes look in my notebook, because I did that the first time that I streamed to work on. I kind of showed you guys what my thought process is. But the Spark Notes version is, I like the jokes I'm doing. I've practiced them so much, and I'm so comfortable with them that when I write them in my notebook, it's just a series of words, right? But each of the words serves as like when you're looking on a computer, you know how you'll see all your files or all your folders, then you click on the folder and it brings up the files in that folder. My jokes kind of work like that, but backward. Like when I first come up with a joke, I'm writing out a lot more of the details of it. Then as I get more comfortable with it, I write less and less and less. And then eventually you get to the point where I'm at now, where my hour set of comedy is a bunch of words. But I know what each of these words mean. I said that. So for you guys that this is your first time watching me work on this, everyone's on the same page because I'm going to describe these jokes in that format. Okay, just going down by each of these words. It'll make a little bit more sense. And also, if you're planning on coming to that show on the 6th, the tickets for that bad boy are free. They are free if you use code Tony at checkout. TONY, capital, all caps. The tickets are free. You're only paying the I don't know, the taxes and the fees on the tickets online. Now I got to try and get as many people as I can to come out because it helps me win. And apparently, from what I've heard, that can come down to it. If it ends up being a tie, they're going to look at who brought the most people. And I'm prepared to bring the absolute best show and want to do everything I can to help me win. So, that's all backstory, that's all lore, okay? That's all backstory, that's all lore. Catching back up, getting back on task, okay? If you guys want to, I recorded my semifinal set. And I did a poll. I have to go see if it's still up there. I don't think I did a poll. I was driving to an appointment. Anyway, people, if you guys want to, I'll actually drop the 7-minute set from the semifinals on YouTube unlisted and then share that link out so we can like comb through it together as a team, because we mapped out exactly how I wanted that set to go. And it went incredibly well. What's up? I see we just got somebody in here on TikTok. Thanks for being in here. Looney Bin, Little Rock. Oh, is that Little Rock, Arkansas? Oh, snap. Dude, I just killed it at the competition there not too long ago. Thank you guys for hopping in on TikTok. That's crazy. If you're here watching, if you're not busy, hang around. Spark Notes. I'm getting ready to compete for the funniest comedian in the Valley competition on August 6th, and I'm working through my set. I don't normally practice my material like this, especially for like a 7-minute set, but it's a big competition, and I want to do everything I can to win, so I'm going a little bit of the extra mile. Anyway, that way everyone's caught up. So, we mapped out how I wanted my set to go, and if I can get a whiteboard that I can have up here, that'll make things so perfect. It'll make things like amazing. Let's see. Oh my God. Sorry guys. Let me know if I'm like off center, or if you can't see what I'm doing when I'm doing this, because I can't find an effective way to keep track of how my lives look while I'm playing. But this seems good. Because I'm trying to not take too long with this. Let's talk. We're gonna get back. We're gonna talk technique. Okay. We're gonna talk technique. Now here's the thing. Thank you guys for joining. I see we got some people in here. Jacob French, dude, what's happening, Jacob? Jacob, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Excuse me. Anyway, working on a set for this competition that's coming up, and it's a super big deal. So we talked about how I wanted my set to go, and I still ended up like 1:30 short on how much time I had when I was on stage. Now, granted, your boy is a samurai, okay? It ain't you. It's not his first day. It's not his first rodeo. So I knew, and I was playing on stage. I was Wu-tanging with it as I was doing my thing. So I realized that my time had gotten different, and so I did a lot of editing on the fly. It was bad news because I planned out my set perfectly for the semifinals. Good news for 2 reasons. Number 1, I still put on a great show. Number 2, I still advanced. You keep cutting out on my end. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know that. I keep cutting out. My internet might not be strong enough. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Okay, I just checked on Instagram. It says... Okay, it says my live stopped working. Okay. Well, let me know how that new metro looks. How that looks, you know what I mean. Let me know how that new metro is when you get back. Anyway. Is that why my live is freezing? I can't tell. Anyway, don't worry. Every step of the way, this is growth. This is growth. We're trying things out. We're trying to improve things. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about it. What did I want my set to be like? This isn't going to make a lot of sense unless you're familiar with like that format I explained up at the top. But if you stay and watch, I guarantee you'll get an even better experience if you come to the show and see me perform it live. Oh, and let me go back because I didn't finish my thought. It was bad news because I planned my set, but didn't end up having as much time as I hoped. But it was good news because not only did I still advance, but I now still have what I want for my finals round set, and I'm real confident in it. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna talk about what we planned and what I remember from what went wrong. Drop it in the chats if you guys want to watch my semifinal set, so you can comb through it, like we can comb through that together, and you guys can look at, oh, based off what he was planning, here's what went different. Okay, but here's what we're gonna do tonight before I let y'all go. We're gonna talk about what I had planned for the semifinals, which is now what I have planned for the finals, and we're gonna talk about what went wrong in the semifinals, but how we can improve going into the big one. Now, if you guys want to know what the competition prize is, we can talk about that another time. It's pretty good. It's pretty solid stuff. It will be great for my, it'd be really good if I can win it. But in the interest of time, we'll skip it and talk to your friends that came to the previous ones if you are interested. If you're interested. I'm looking, man. I can't tell. Looks like my stuff might be cutting out. I see I got some people up in the talk. I got some people joining up in the talk. That's awesome. I need to get some, gotta get some, let me give you some, sorry. Don't worry, we gonna work. I'm just giving myself some likes. I think my girl said you gotta have like at least 100 likes for anybody to see anything. So I'm gonna just give myself 100. We'll go 100 and some. Cool. Now, there we go, 115 likes. We'll leave it there. If anyone asks, I didn't give those to myself. All right. I'm not that desperate, which is funny because I totally am. Now, here we go. We're going to Wu-Tang with it. So here's what we had planned for that final set. I see you just hopped in here. All righty. Mimi? Is it Mimi's Secret? Yeah, Mimi's Secret, something like that on TikTok. Thanks for hopping in. Appreciate it. Now, here we go. Here's what I had planned for my final set at the semifinals, or for the semifinal. I always start my sets the same because I've worked so hard, and I'm really proud of how I start my sets. It starts fast, it starts strong, hilarious, jokes about my look, and what we're gonna do is run it. So I'm just gonna move through it a little bit quick. Here's what I had planned. I was gonna do my opening jokes about how I'm in a relationship, and blah, blah, blah. I was going to do my single jokes. Those were going to stop at my joke about ex-girlfriend. That one, the punchline is ice cream machine. When we run it, it'll make sense. Then, this is where the magic happened. Then I move into my jokes, and this is what I had planned. Then I planned to move into my jokes about my hair. I now realize that some of my strongest jokes, I have a joke about Juneteenth. I have some jokes about Juneteenth and enslaving white people. Those both, I realized I can relate to my look and my hair, so that's what I did. I started with my couple quick jokes about my hair, then planned to move into my Juneteenth jokes. Then what I did is after that, I go into more jokes about my hair. Now the problem with the jokes about my hair are great. They are A1. They are top of the line. The only problem with them is they require me to have my afro out. And the reason my hair is done, because I just went to go spend time with my fiance for the weekend, which is really, really fun. I got my hair done before I'm going to go visit her. But it sucks because it means me going to the finals on August 6th, I paid $110 to get my hair done, which isn't bad, but I'm about to take it out. I spent a bunch of money to get my hair to look nice, and I'm about to take it out so I can tell some jokes. The solution to that is to just write more on my part, right? I need to have enough material that I'm not limited to a hairstyle, because having my hair out ain't even good for my hair. We're skipping ahead. All right, we're skipping ahead. Hang with me, Sydney. I see you in there. Pete. I see you over there on TikTok. Hang in there. Don't just leave just yet, because we're going to run this set, right? We're going to run team. And me want show you. So here's what we had planned, right? Remember what I said? Then we're going to go into my jokes about my hair. We do the Juneteenth stuff. We relate it back to the jokes I normally close on when it comes to my hair. And then we were gonna go into my last two chunks, which is about love song lyrics. I got a joke about grenade and grab somebody. Those are how that's supposed to go. Now, speeding through it, here's what happened. We timed that set based off 6 minutes. It's a 7-minute set. So what we did was we planned, all right, we wanted to have 6 minutes going joke for joke, bar for bar, not waiting for any laughs, because it's hard to time comedy without laughter. So what we did to like mitigate that struggle was I decided, and we all worked together to set that set, to write it so that it would be 6 minutes, joke for joke, bar for bar, not pausing for laughs, but still keeping the cadences I normally use, because the thought process is, if I have 6 jokes of material, 6 minutes of material, that gives me 30 seconds to a minute of laugh time. But not only that, it gives me swag time, right? Which means I don't have to rush, right? I'm not rushing through jokes. I get enough time to let the jokes marinate. I get enough time to Wu-Tang with it while I'm in it, okay? That's what we planned for. Long story short here, what happened though? What had happened was, number one, the laughs were crazy. There was a dude in the front who, I mean, man, you would have thought he wasn't allowed to laugh at home. He was just dying. He had a great time that whole night. But that particular set, dude was eating. It's a shame he lived in Alaska. He told me he lives in Alaska, so he's not coming back. But whatever. That was great because it means the people laughed so hard at these. I had to let them marinate, and that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to step on laughs, especially in that sort of situation. That's partly why we plan for 6 minutes, because I don't want to be so stressed for time to get all these jokes in that I got to start, oh, all right, shut up, when people are laughing, because it's a comedy competition. The laughs is what you want. Also, this is something too. When I got to my hair stuff, I added a little act out in there. And you guys let me know in the chats if you want to see that set, if you guys want to see the the semifinal set. I drop it and we can all talk about it together, because I'm going to try to do these at least once a day to run this set before I go to the finals. I'm going to try my best to do it once a day. Most of my biggest fan base is in Orlando, which sucks because the time difference means it's 9 o'clock here. It's 4 in the morning back home. Like, it's super late, and I'm trying to do them earlier so they can participate too. And it's funny right now, and I'm very blessed because I got hardcore supporters on both. I got hardcore supporters watching me in Orlando and here in Phoenix. People that were really helping out. I'm sorry. So I just get frustrated because every time I look away, Justin, well, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Every time I look away, these things are freezing, and it makes it just hard enough to tell if they're even working when I'm not looking. But I'm trying to not let that stop me. I'm trying to stay locked in. Now, some of you guys might know I got this big competition that's coming up, and I'm prepping for that. Long story short, that's what we're doing. If you're just getting here now, that's what we're doing. Justin, super sorry I wasn't able to be a part of that poll for your dog. That dog's name, the dog looks so freaking gorgeous, dude. Such a handsome young man. But I was working. Anyway, and by the way, Justin, if you are still here, I was trying to figure out through text. For some reason, I love the name Rollo for a dog. You guys probably already picked the name. But I loved Rollo. If it was Rollo, loved it. If it was Rolo, I wasn't feeling it. And like I said in the text, Bow Wow would be perfect if his name was Bowser. Anyway, let's lock back in. Here's what happened on game day. I did the semifinals on July 23rd. I advanced, so I'm moving to the finals. But my set still had it to where I couldn't fit enough of the jokes in. Now, what happened was when I got to my hair stuff, long story short, I went out to an open mic one time, and the people were really nice to me. This dude was, the guy that was DJing the show, I'm standing in the food truck line, and he goes, he's like, man, I want to order something, but I need to go in there and DJ. And I was like, and he was like, hey man, can you take my card and order me food? And I cracked so many jokes, but I said, man, you just met me, you trust me way too much. I was like, hey guys, hey, he gave me his card, what are we getting? Come on y'all, blah, 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 blah. I said, I'm swinging by Walmart. Everybody laughing, he was laughing. I said, dude, y'all go see me, I'm gonna be in a fur coat and roller skates. And I just loved that act out. I was like, ooh, that's funny, in a fur coat and roller skates, talking about how much money I'm spending. So I threw that roller skate act out in there, because my last joke for my hair about my afro, I say, hands in the air, jive turkeys. Like, no one's gonna get robbed. Like, hands in the air, jive turkeys. And then what I added in, because I was just feeling it, I was like, they're gonna show up to you on roller skates. I did the roller skate thing because it's a funny act out, but that threw my time off. And here's one of the things we said last time when you come in here, you know, we're gonna keep reiterating, is the fact that it's supposed to be math for us, but magic for them. So it's important for me to do all the math of staying on task, because the magical feeling, that's for them. It doesn't mean that it's like grueling labor for me, but that's my job. My job is to do it so well that my audience gets a seamless experience. That's what matters. So here we go. Stand-up guy, 1982. All right, isn't that like World War II or something? I'm kidding. Here we go. So here's what I wasn't able to get to. My last jokes about my lyrics. Now, when I did the set in Little Rock, Arkansas, because that one was a 7-minute set. When I did the 7-minute set there, I had to actually end my set there. Did my Juneteenth joke, did my white slavery joke, then went into my hair stuff, and my plan was to do the set the same way I just described it. But when as I'm doing my thing, I see the light and I go, I'm not gonna be able to get to my last 2 bits, which is my love song, my love lyrics. I'm not gonna be able to get to that. But semifinals, I was able to do it. I was able to get to that, but I wasn't able to finish them both. And here's the thing I will say. When I went to World Series of Comedy 2022, I went to Myrtle Beach. I'm hanging out with the owner, Joe Lowers, Kevin Eggleston, and David Kalsgaard. Those were the 2 guys that were hosting. And for some reason, dude, me and David Kalsgaard, we got mad chemistry. One of my favorite jokes that I do is one that came up from like riffing with him. We got great chemistry, pause. So they don't get me in the chat saying I didn't say pause. But he says something that was really neat. You want to build your jokes like a rocket ship, where, you know how when a rocket ship gets high enough, it drops off parts? You want to write your jokes like that, so that if you're in a pinch and you're running out of time, you can disengage certain parts to fit where you got to. The best example I have of that is my last 2 chunks, because they're both so good. I can end my set on the second to last one and you'll never know, because it was so strong. It's so good, it's so strong, I can disengage pieces of the last part of my set and still get out the atmosphere, land it just fine. And that's what I ended up doing. There's a lot that goes into those last 2 that so that second to last one, I had to cut so much of it. Stuff that I think I'm so confident is gonna help me get advanced, because it's really, really strong stuff I'm gonna be playing with. But then also, didn't even get to do the last bit, which is grab somebody. So here's what we are gonna do. We're gonna go back to the lab, and our goal is to get that to happen. I want my single stuff, which ends with which ends with ice cream machine. Then I want to go into my hair stuff, which goes into Juneteenth white slavery. Then my Afro jokes. I really want the end of that set to be grenade and grab somebody. Here's the problem. Juneteenth and white slavery are incredibly funny. They've got amazing act outs. They are so much fun, but they are very long. And in a 7-minute set, I've had to cut so much out to get those to fit. What I want out of grenade and grab somebody is the same thing. They are groundbreaking, but they take so long. So it's hard. Oh, and now, is any of that time wasted? No. When I do them jokes, and again, we're gonna run it, and my goal is gonna be we're gonna see if we can run it twice. Because what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to run this set, joke for joke, bar for bar, at 6 minutes, which is what I ran last time, but still ended up over time. But again, we kind of know we kind of know where the mistakes happened. I played a little too much at the end of my hair stuff, but even by my own estimation, that wasn't gonna get me enough time to get all the stuff in that I wanted, because my last joke clocks in at 1 minute. If I get the 1 minute light and I start that joke, we're ending right on time. That last joke is 1 minute, which means I need a whole minute just for that joke, and then the one before it's got to be longer. If you're paying attention, we're gonna try to run it. And then what I think we're gonna do, Dream, one of the poets back in Orlando, real good friend of mine, actually helped me out and timed the different jokes that I did when I ran them with the group last time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna run through it one more time to see what we want, right? Then we're gonna try our best. We're gonna try to run it twice before I let y'all go. Once at 6 minutes, shooting for 6 minutes, and then here's the crazy thing. We're gonna run this set shooting for 5 minutes. Can I fit all this joke for joke, bar for bar in 5 minutes? Because if I can do that, that'll guarantee that I can fit everything in. In this competition, they said if you go under, you won't lose any points. Better to have 5 minutes of epic than 7 minutes of because you had 5 of epic and 2 that was terrible. So, but for me, if they're telling you 7 minutes, you really want to aim for 6 minutes and 30 seconds, because that's enough time, right, where you can lean with people. I did a 7-minute set at the beginning of the year in Vegas, and this guy, I swear his name might have been Andrew Davis. He's really strong with the social media. I got to find him and follow him. But it was crazy watching him, because he didn't seem like he had 7. He didn't seem like he only had 7 minutes on stage. He was just so kind of relaxed and doing his thing. You didn't feel any of the rush. 7 minutes. And that's exactly what you want them to feel. You don't want them to think about the intricacies or the difficulty of fitting a material into 7 minutes. You want them to enjoy the show. So that's what I want to do. Time this set to where, one, I can hit all the buttons that I want to, because I'm a little afraid to jinx it, but I also want to be confident and respect my level of work. If I can execute my 7-minute set the way that I imagine it, with all the hits that I want in there, I feel like I have a very good chance of actually being able to win, because this set is superb with the stuff that I'm putting in it. But this is the challenge. The challenge is, how do we do it? Now, it's gonna come down to cuts. It's ultimately going to come down to it's going to come down to one thing, which is cuts. But it's going to come down to cutting two things. I'm going to have to cut some jokes to get the stuff in there that I want, but I'm at that point where I'm playing with only A+ material, and so it's like I'm getting rid of stuff that's real strong. But there's also trimming the fat, which is trimming the number of words I use to tell the jokes and get to them and explain them, and that's the big challenge for me. I get wordy, but I mean, like with my Juneteenth joke, they told me last time. Dream said it took 47 seconds to set up that joke. 47 seconds to set up that joke in a 7-minute set. That's unacceptable. That's way too much time on parts of the joke that aren't the joke. And think about that, what I just said. 47 seconds. My last bit is about a minute. That and a little bit of strategic Wu-Tang. But granted, that's not what happened at the semifinals, but you see what I mean. This is the importance of trimming the fat. So I got to go through these jokes and start to figure out the quickest, most effective way to convey these ideas so that we can get to the joke as clear as possible. Here's what I want my set to have. I mentioned this before. We're running it again, right? I'm just explaining it to you one more time. Hit me, baby, one more time. I want my single stuff. I want hair. Hair, we're only going to do one joke. I have two, but one of them's kind of so the minute it's time to cut, it gets cut. We're going to do one joke, which is weed, and then we're going to go into Juneteenth and white slavery. Then we're going to do my hair jokes, which can be challenging because I'm not used to cutting that up the way that I do, but I think I'm going to have to, I think I know how to do it. Then we're going to go into my love song lyrics. I'm not going to lie, dude, I wish this set was 10 minutes. Oh my God. Oh man. If the finals was a 10-minute set. Oh Lord. Because all the stuff I want to do, I could fit magnificently in a 10. This set's so strong. I actually am like, ooh, I can't. I'm begging to get a 10-minute set because a 10-minute set would just absolutely eat. Anyway, first things first. First things first. Out of all my hitters, we gonna run it. We're aiming. Okay. We're aiming for 6 minutes, and we're just going to run it one time. Joke for joke, bar for bar. Then I think we're going to maybe try to go for 5 minutes, 30 seconds maybe. But we're not going to spend too much time on this because I can feel it in my body. I'm tired. I worked all day today. I still got my work pants on. But we gonna run it. What's happening? I see somebody just hopped in here. Who's that? Who we got? Oh, not Alex Kong. Uh-oh. Yo, Jacob French was just in here, dude. By the way, Alex, I know you be in Vegas sometimes. They be acting like you the mayor. So I'm gonna be competing in the World Series of Comedy at the end of September. I think it's September 21st that week. So keep that in mind. I'd love for you to come out if you're in Vegas, wherever you're at. I'm also gonna work on getting back out to Orlando for some shows. It's been way too long. I'm going to try to line some things up. It just sucks because now I'm going to need a rental car. My dad used to have 2 cars. And, my pops used to have 2 cars, and I would drive one. But I think my brother said he got another car. If my dad has an extra car, that'd be sweet, because then I can... Anyway, here we go, guys. What we're doing, we're going to run this set. We're going to run it once, then see how we feel. If I'm not too tired, then I'll run it again. But the point is for me to play with it and find where I can explain things clean and cut and fast. Okay, here we go. Don't mind, I'm just gonna check on my stream angles. Too far over. Okay, this is actually pretty good because I'm like right in the middle on both of them, and that's a challenge. Excuse me, please don't leave because I'm burping. I be gassy sometimes. Okay. Also, I gotta figure it out because I know on Twitch and TikTok it doesn't say what I'm doing actually. I think both of those still say I'm playing Monster Hunter, which I'm sure is pissing people off. They're like, hey, he's not playing Monster Hunter, so I gotta figure out how to fix that. Anyway, come on, we're gonna run this one time. It's 6 minutes. Okay. I can feel it in my I feel it in my knees. I'm tired. We might run it once, especially if nobody's in here. But I gotta run this set. Okay, this is me doing it. Running my final set, aiming to get 6 minutes joke for joke, bar for bar. Okay. Hey, my name's Hannibal Collins. I just turned 30, and right now I am in love. Thank you, thank you. I'm surprised too. Because who's falling in love with Steve Urkel after he joins the Black Panther Party? And I'm the only brother between did I do that and the white man did that. So, yeah. But I'm glad I'm in a relationship. My lady and I have been together for 6 years, and it taught me something. Being in a relationship is just like buying a house. If you didn't do it in 2008, it's too late. Because you can't get good advice anymore. The dude told me, yo, Hannibal, don't ever date a woman that makes more money than you do. Craziest thing I heard from somebody on food stamps. But sometimes you still learn. My ex left me. She said it's because I'm the type of man you get married to. Y'all ever lose your job because you were good at it? I never met somebody that said, hey, yo, McDonald's had to fire me. I had the ice cream machine working every day. Man, tell you what, though. I found out that the secret to love is that before you love anyone else, you gotta love yourself. So I started my self-love journey. I started growing out my hair, right? Quickly realized people forgot how to talk to me. I had a dude go, hey, man, where's the weed at, bro? I was like, dude, leave me alone. This is church. And I don't know what you're doing down here, pastor. Get back on stage. But crazy, because just because my look screams young Frederick Douglass, this lady got the nerve to go, I don't get why we have to celebrate Juneteenth. What? The only holiday celebrating the end of slavery? I mean, we've had Toyotathon since 1976. Right? If you ask me, Juneteenth is the only holiday with a good reason. We got a holiday about a rabbit laying chocolate eggs. We got one about a white man who busts in your house and leave you presents he had made with immigrant labor. Mardi Gras is just boobies, that entire holiday. It's people going, hey, you know what? Tomorrow we celebrate Jesus, so today, show me your titties, I'll throw you some plastic beads. Like, dude, honestly, I think people get uncomfortable because if black people gain power, they think we'll enslave everyone else. But that's not true. At least the other black people haven't told me that yet. But honestly, it's not going to happen because slavery is wrong. And it doesn't matter who's doing it, and it doesn't matter who they're doing it to. Also, if we enslaved white people, it wouldn't be as good. I mean, the amount of sunscreen alone, you're missing your profits. I mean, plus with climate change, you couldn't have anybody working in the fields. You'd have to have them all in the house day trading. Buy, boy. Whoopsh. Sell, boy. Whoopsh. Pick my NFTs, Tanner. The worst part would be the music. Right? My ancestors made soulful bangers. Okay, I couldn't imagine someone working to "Wake me up before you go, don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo." Like, man. But let's be honest, dude. I like my look because this isn't the look of a dangerous Negro. This a disco Negro, right? Because let's be honest, man. With an afro this big and glasses this thick, no matter the crime, I do not match the description. Okay. I promise no one's leaving the club and getting robbed like, ha, hands in the air, jive turkeys. It's not happening. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad that I found love because it made me realize I hate love songs, man. Lyrics are ridiculous. Bruno Mars has a song where he says, "I'd catch a grenade for you." What? I'm like, dude, if you see me walking around past 6:45 p.m., you need to know. I'm too scared. I carry a pocket full of peanuts because if somebody is going to rob me, I pray to God he has an allergy. Give me your money. What? Like, checkmate. Please. Right? If me and my girl go to the park and someone throws a grenade at us, on the off chance on that day I think I'm Serena Williams and I hit it back, someone with the audacity to bring one grenade to the park probably has the future planning to bring two. So if I gotta catch that grenade, we're both dead. The worst one, man. Pitbull got a song where the chorus goes, "Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. For all we know, we might not get tomorrow. Let's do this tonight." But I heard that. I'm like, Pitbull, you just told me to grab somebody sexy and tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. For all we know, we ain't gonna get tomorrow. Yeah. So let's do this tonight. Y'all, that sounds like assault to me. I've never flirted with somebody and felt like I should grab my peanuts. Ah! Time, okay. All right. Tough. See, this is the hard part of the game here. This is the hard part of the game. Interesting, though. Okay, we made some cuts on the fly. Cuts that I think needed to be made. If I grab my mouse, could I? Sorry, I'm curious about something that might make my stream a little bit smoother. Oh, okay, good. Thought my mouse was missing. Hold on, let's see. Because I got my thing plugged in. That's interesting. Sorry, I'm testing some stuff out. Is it possible to... Darn it. See, because I don't... Oh, I bet if I had a trackpad, I could do the fancy stuff. Yeah, this defeats the purpose. So I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can see the other... No. Because I want to scroll through... Yeah, okay. I want to see if I can scroll through my back all the way up. Y'all see me? Y'all can see me a little bit. Y'all can see me almost enough. If I had something to put above me, that'd be okay. Okay. Cool. Well, that's disappointing. Because I was hoping, I don't want to have to go all the way over there just to slide it over so I can make sure that I'm in frame. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'll play with this another time. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That was good. I can think of some spots where some cuts need to be made. My transitions between my chunks. Because that whole stuff I said about my hair was good, but there's definitely some trimming that can happen in there. Then where else? When I went to my love songs, I said stuff a lot, I think, or somewhere before that. I did make a mistake that wasn't too obvious, which was I did my Afro jokes in the wrong order. I always do the description joke, then go into disco, negro, and jive turkey. Those go in that order, but I kind of fumbled, but rolled with it. Even though I wooed, I still tanged. So, and as long as you woo when you gotta woo, and you can tang when you gotta tang. Anyway, sorry. I don't know why Wu-Tang is way too important. I think it's just so funny. So funny. So freaking funny. Anyway, I gotta get all the way over here to go over here and make sure I'm not getting chats. Yeah, I think it's just too late. I don't think anyone's in here. I got one guy in here on, I got one person over here on TikTok, it says, but I can't tell if he's real. But if you are, I appreciate it. Thanks for being here, Arthur. Just resetting my stuff. Now, you guys have been cool. I appreciate it. I don't know if we'll run it again. This is what I really want, by the way, Arthur, since you're here. You might be the only one that's here. I want to get a whiteboard that I can, like, get on an easel. Something that can stand right here so I can start writing stuff on a whiteboard. And I've been stopping by Goodwills. Ain't seen nothing that'll work. But, you know, you take the moon and you take the sun. You take everything that looks like fun. That's some chowder. But yeah, I think the first thing to do for me, I'm going to have to practice those transitions. Think about what I'm trying to say, and then find the simplest way to say it. Because I lost a lot of time trying to, and sometimes this is what happens too, it's trying to shift my brain from the being single to the hair jokes. Sometimes that takes a lot of RAM, and so a lot of that, like, I know what happened a couple times ago when I ran it, but this was when I was tired, was I just couldn't get my brain, I was like running the set, and just couldn't get my brain to move to the next thing until I got on the same track I normally do. So I was like, then started saying it the way I always say it, which is tough because the way I say it is inefficient. So here we go. Let's do this. As a fun little exercise, instead of running the set a whole nother time, because I'm really tired and I want to, like, get ready for bed. And I also got to check what time I'm working tomorrow. But here's what we are going to do. Let's just run those transitions. We're going to run those transitions and think about what those transitions can be. Because I'm so used to doing different jokes between some of these concepts that it's really challenging to get my brain to go, all right, now we got to go from ice cream machine straight to where the weed at, and then from that straight to Juneteenth and white slavery, right? That's also why I made that mistake going from white slavery into my Afro stuff, because I don't normally do it that way. In fact, Juneteenth and white slavery literally were developed completely separate from my hair stuff. I just didn't have a place to put it. They were great jokes, but it was like I used to have this silly way to get to them because I needed a way to tell these jokes. Excuse me. Then it came to me, I think, when I was in Tucson featuring, playing with it around there. Oh, you know what it was? The first night that I featured in Tucson, the first show. I didn't do the Juneteenth and white slavery joke, because I just kind of ran the set and I forgot to do that. But then I realized playing with it is when I realized, oh, I can connect it to the stuff about my look, right? And that joke about my look screams young Frederick Douglass. By the way, don't get too caught up on it right now. Normally, when I do these jokes, I have my afro out, and that's where that joke is coming from. It's not gonna make sense right now, but this is the gem. So we're gonna go back. I'm feeling really tired, so we're just gonna work on the transition from my single stuff to the hair stuff. So we're just gonna do that joke and go right into the first joke for this set, at least for the hair stuff. Oh, that was another thing too. I need to figure out how to get to this joke too, because this is a weird one, and I normally have more time and I play with it more. But I go, sometimes people leave your life, but you still grow. Does that ever happen to you guys? Yeah, that happened to me. I learned that lesson the hard way because my ex left me. That's how I normally do it. You hear how long that takes? Silly. Not in a 7. That has to get faster. It's the fastest way I can say that. We're coming off of unemployed. So that's the craziest thing I've heard from somebody on food stamps. Dude, in fact, my ex, that might be it. That might be it. Maybe feels a little too good to be true. Well, all I need to say is that my ex left me because I try to preface it and go, I'm glad that I'm in a relationship now. Right? Or I say, well, really what I say is I learned a lot from when I was single, like sometimes people leave you and you blah, blah, blah. Maybe I can just say that part. But even then, I think we can get faster than that. So we'll do that. Which is the craziest thing I've ever heard from somebody on food stamps. Man, my ex left me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just realized that's the trick. The trick is the inflection. Inflection. That's what's going to convey the fact that the story about my ex is another example of the thing with, it's another example like getting bad advice, because I say, if you didn't, being in a relationship is just like buying a house. If you didn't do it in 2008, it's too late. Because the advice is all bad now. Someone told me, oh, that's another thing, I can cut out the Hannibal part. Sometimes I do that, but I don't need to. Not in a 7. Sometimes, like, you kind of want to say your name a lot so they remember it, but it's a 7. Oh, here's a hot take. I don't know about this, but one thing I learned from the World Series of Comedy is not everything you say has to be funny, right? You can make defining statement. That's what Jason Rowland, he has a company called comedyfeedback.com. He says it's a defining statement. It's something you say so people get to know who you are up at the top, and it helps establish a through line through your whole set, right? Which is one of the things where there's a magic to it. That's a bit of that magic. A through line is something the audience doesn't know that they like, but they like to have. It helps everything make sense. They're not going to know why it felt like I learned so much about you. It's because there was a narrative through line through these jokes that are all about you, right? So mine is that I go, my name's Hannibal Callens. I just turned 30, and right now I am in love. Lets you know about me, helps establish my positive, upbeat, excited attitude, and it lets you know this whole set's about to be, love related, right? This whole set's about to be love related. But that's a lot. If you don't mind, I'm gonna time that, if you don't mind. Give it up for Hannibal Callens. Hey everybody, my name is Hannibal Collins. I just turned 30 and right now I am in love. Thank you, thank you. I'm surprised too. Cause who's falling in love with Steve Urkel after he joins the Black Panther Party? I'm the only brother between did I do that and the white man did that. Okay. Then let me see. Okay. I gotta hit a bunch of buttons to see those. So judging from what I got on here, 10 seconds for that defining statement. This is what I'm thinking too hard about it. I know I'm thinking too hard about it, but it's looking like it's like 10 seconds. If we're gonna keep it a buck and a bean, I think that defining statement is worth the 10 seconds. Because it really does help ease you into what I'm doing, what I'm talking about, and then I hit you with great jokes fast. I'm surprised too. They love that. That's an old one for me too. I started doing that. I was doing that years ago. I think back when I was working for Bonkers at Margaritaville. I think it was before that, but I remember. I have distinct memories of doing that bit. The yeah. I'm surprised too. Love that one. It's such a good one. It's so silly and stupid and like simple, but not in the that's dumb kind of way. In the wow, yeah, that's silly. But I'm in a relationship right now. Then when the crowd cheers, I'm surprised too. So let's not worry about that. Let's get back to that transition. I want to run that transition from before. I'm not gonna lie, actually, I'm tired. Arthur, if you're here on TikTok, let me know. I want to know what you're thinking and feeling because we might call it. I'm proud of myself. It was just really important for me to actually stream today because I've been wanting to, but I've been putting it off. I haven't been responsible. And so it was like, well, I'm doing it. I'm hopping on live for a little bit, you know? I can tell I'm tired because when I'm thinking really long about simple, stupid stuff. So let's just talk about it. We'll land the plane here. 2 points of attack immediately. My transitions between my jokes. I'm taking too long to get my brain to switch topics and it's an improv thing, right? My years of experience performing and all that stuff. I don't go silent. I talk, you know. And again, I've done the jokes enough that I'm not like yapping about unrelated stuff, but I'll use the words to yap my way back on track. Because I'm not. This is a great analogy. I'm thinking it. There's like a levels in the old Donkey Kong Country games where you're in these mining carts and you're going whonk, cronk, whonk, cronk. That's what's happening in my brain. I'm on a track and then I have to jump from one track down to a different track. They're all going in the same direction and I know where the track's going, but there's still processing power that it takes to go from just riding the rails like I'm used to having to jump, crunk, and get on a different one. I need to smooth that out. I need to smooth out those transitions. And the only way that's going to get done is by running them and practicing them and attacking them. I'm going to try my best to run this set once a day. 6 days till the competition. I'm confident if I run this once a day, by the time I get there, these transitions will be smooth. I also have to give myself the credit that I'm doing this late at night, later than I want to, late enough that I'm not really getting a lot of the engagement that I would hope for at peak if I was doing this when I should, around 10 or whatever, so everybody back home can watch too. That's the focus for next time. is to attack those transitions. So remember that next time we come, we're going to attack the transitions. Alrighty, I'm going to leave it. We ran it once, which was good. Also, the thing about aiming for 6 minutes is that once the timer goes off, I'm not like, oh no, I got wiggle room. You know, I've even thought about setting a timer on my watch, but I think that's going to be too distracting. And I'm not able to look at my watch during the show. It's not really possible for me to casually take a peek at that watch and get an idea of where I'm at time-wise without it being way too obvious. You know, maybe, this would be so stupid, and we're not going to worry about this, but maybe if I had a joke where I act like a vampire, blah, 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 that might work. But also this watch, love it. It will not do what I want it to. It won't show me what I want it to show me every time I do this. Sometimes it just doesn't. And then I look silly because I'm going, ah. But other times it'll just activate when I barely twist my wrist. And I'm like, bro, you gotta be kidding me. I'd be like this, and it just did it. See, twisted my wrist, but it's not showing the time. I can't have that happen on stage. Because I can't do that till it lands. Anyway, you guys, thanks for sharing a bit of your time with me, man. Arthur, I appreciate you stopping through and hanging around as long as you did. Everybody else that hopped up in here, there's not a single one of you I don't appreciate. It helps me out big time, and I appreciate it big time. I will see y'all. I got to see what time I'm working, but I will do my best to see y'all tomorrow. Oh, you can do the anime. Anyway, peace.